just one superhero universe sometimes isn't enough for some actors.
And I hope you're watching.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 actors who played roles in Marvel and DC. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at actors who have starred in films with links to both Marvel and DC properties, no matter the size and significance of their role.
You're fired.
That's not up to you.
Number 10, Idris Elba, Heimdall, Roke.
You're not a soldier anymore. You're not a soldier.
Most Marvel fans will recognize this phenomenal British actor as the Guardian of Asgard who sees all there is to see throughout the 9 realms. As Heimdall, Idris portrayed a stoic badass who preserved Asgardian law and protected the Rainbow Bridge.
Heimdall, may we pass?
Never has an enemy slipped my watch until this day.
Despite being a stickler for the rules, he certainly wasn't afraid to throw down on occasion and proved he's more than worthy of his post. Fans of his will also remember him in 2010's The Losers, a DC property. As explosive expert Roke is an asset to his fellow Black Ops members, at least until money enters the picture.
Something's not right. Oh yeah.
Number 9, James Marsden, Cyclops, Richard White.
Cyclops, right? You want to get out of my way?
Whatever your feelings on the franchise as a whole, James Marsden's portrayal of X-Men leader Cyclops certainly managed to nail his ordinary, extraordinary man kind of thing. From his devout love to Jean, his bitter rivalry with Wolverine, and his skill with his optic blasts, it's really all there. He was obviously able to take that experience and channel it into his role as Richard White in Superman Returns. As the husband of Lois Lane, he manages to be a hero in his own humble way.
How did you get here?
I flew.
Number 8, Ben Affleck, Daredevil, Batman.
Well, here I am.
There's no doubt that Charlie Cox's take on Daredevil in the hit Netflix series is the superior take on the character. Still, Academy Award winner Ben Affleck did play Daredevil in a movie that exists, and that is the nicest thing we can say on the subject.
You are so beautiful.
Ironically, he would take that pain and level of violence into another iconic character as the latest actor to take on the mantle of Batman. Despite his debut film dividing audiences, fans were in relatively unanimous agreement that Affleck's edgier Dark Knight was a welcome addition. He certainly beats down criminals like the Bat. Number 7, Halle Berry, Storm, Catwoman.
You boys thought you could come in here and steal all these beautiful things?
It's not exactly a secret that this Academy Award winner's alternate take on the Princess of Plunder wasn't exactly well received. She certainly was sexy and had more cat puns than you could throw a fish at, but only her revealing wardrobe and whipping skills earned her any praise at all. Luckily, her portrayal of Storm is far more beloved. As a secondary character of the X-Men who can conjure up a thunderstorm in a matter of seconds, Storm becomes a strong-willed character who could easily face down any of the villains she encounters.
Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else.
Number 6, Michael Fassbender, Magneto, Burke. We wouldn't change Sir Ian McKellen's performance as the Master of Magnetism for anything. Still, Michael Fassbender's take on a much younger Eric Lehnsherr has been universally praised. As a broken and vulnerable mutant, his rage against humanity comes into conflict with the deep-rooted friendship he shares with Charles Xavier. It's easy to see how he could easily evolve into the grizzled, prejudiced Magneto we know and love.
Mutant brothers and sisters, all dead.
Countless others experimented on, butchered.
Eric!
Where were you, Charles?
As for the DC universe, his role as the psychotic Irish assassin Burke in Jonah Hex may not have been awe-inspiring, but it was by far one of the better aspects of that film.
There, little lamb. Have you lost your flock?
Number 5, Hugo Weaving, The Red Skull, V.
Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder, treason, and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot.
As the Red Skull, he portrayed Captain America's mortal enemy, blending together all the campiness that can be expected of a cartoon villain, as well as the real-life terror of a Nazi war criminal. On the other end of the spectrum, you have the masked freedom fighter V, who fights against a totalitarian London with nothing but knives and some awesome alliterations.
The only verdict is vengeance, a vendetta, held as a votive not in vain, for the value and veracity of such shall one day vindicate the vigilant and the virtuous.
The two characters couldn't be any more different, yet it's hard to decide which performance we prefer more.
If they cut off one head, two more shall take its place. Hail Hydra.
Number 4, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, Green Lantern.
Have you concluded admiring yourself?
Yeah.
We're not saying that Mr. Reynolds' portrayal of Green Lantern was a comic book abomination. After all, it's easy to see that he put his all into playing Hal Jordan. But it's clear this Canadian actor was born to take on the role of Deadpool.
Find it! Right? I'm fine it! I'm gonna get angry!
As the Merc with a Mouth, he slayed it in his solo movie, breaking numerous walls, cursing his head off, and doing a whole lot of killing. Which was, all of course, just what we wanted. His performance was so good that it made us forget anything DC related he may have done. At least we would have if he didn't keep poking fun at it within the film.
And please don't make the super suit green. Or animated.
Number 3, Chris Evans, Human Torch, Captain America, Jake Jensen.
Not to be trusted. Okay, do me a favor and never repeat that.
Even before the birth of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Chris Evans was making his mark on the superhero scene as the hot-headed Human Torch as the best part of 2005's Fantastic Four film.
You are never going to believe what just happened to me. What? Oh, well, I can explain this.
And when he was given the shield of Captain America, he breathed new life into a classic character, as well as one of the greatest modern portrayals of any superhero. But between his Marvel projects, he's hopped over to DC to play another kind of soldier, Jake Jensen in The Losers. The computer expert on this Black Ops team was a departure, a nerdy, lighter kind of role, and Evans played it beautifully.
I'm warning you.
I am a lethal killing machine.
It was a secret government experiment. They did stuff to me. Spooky stuff.
Number 2, Tommy Lee Jones, Colonel Chester Phillips, Two-Face.
Heads, we accept, and tails, we blow your damn head off.
You can kind of guess that superhero flicks aren't this Academy Award winner's choice of work. But for some reason, his signature directness lends itself perfectly to them, especially in the role of Colonel Chester Phillips in Captain America.
If you have something to say, right now is the perfect time to keep it to yourself.
This also makes his DC appearance kind of a head-scratcher as well. Nevertheless, we'll be damned if his campy, over-the-top portrayal of Two-Face in Batman Forever isn't all kinds of entertaining. It's fair to say that these particular entries in the Caped Crusader and the First Avengers franchise wouldn't be the same without Mr. Jones.
Let's go find 2 more.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
It is known by many names. My people called it Galactus.
Crime wave in Gotham. Other breaking news. Water. Wet.
Chopsticks upright are a bad omen. It resembles incense at a funeral. May I help you, Mr. Wayne?
I just thought the bathroom was down here. I must have...
You have the bearing of a man of honor.
Well, I wouldn't say that. People say it about me all the time, but it's not something I would ever say about myself.
I have a business proposition for you, Clay.
Oops. What happened to your accent?
Oops.
Number 1, Nathalie Portman, Jane Foster, Evie Hammond.
I wish I believed that was possible. But every time I've seen this world change, it's always been for the worse.
Without her, the Guy Fawkes masked anarchist and the God of Thunder could not have succeeded. So how could we resist putting this lady of both Marvel and DC at the forefront? As Evie Hammond, Miss Portman played a woman stripped of dignity who found the strength to fight back against corruption. Then, as Jane Foster, she struck a balance between an independent, quirky astrophysicist and the woman who wins the heart of Thor.
Jane.
Sorry, I just needed to make sure you were real. It's been a very strange day.
Compared to a lot of love interests that have fallen flat in other superhero films, this Academy Award winner managed to nail it all the way.
Usually have guests. Actually, I never have guests. That's not the right place for it. I'm sorry.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.